one is in particular to lengthen through the hip flexors, building core strength, and a little bit of arm balance with working our way towards a funky pincha. So enjoy, follow along, and I'm going to speak to you as I move with you. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Knees under the hips, palms directly under the shoulders. Your toes can be tucked or untucked, it does not matter. We're going to tip our head up on the inhale, inhaling up, dipping the belly down, tailbone up. Exhale, push the ground away, round through the back, drop the head, tuck the tailbone under. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Neutral spine here. Don't mind the puppy, by the way, he'll come in and out. Let's go ahead and take the right leg long, foot flexed, left arm long, head down. Let's go ahead and rotate our toes out and then down towards the ground. Just a couple times, feeling the difference between your hips being pulled out to the side and then squared off. 2 more. Big inhale, lifting up. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, cow. And exhale through cat. Neutral spine. Other side. Let's go. Left leg's coming out. Flex the foot. Right arm comes straight out, right next to your ear. Pulling those toes out to the side and back down. Breathing in and exhaling out. Your own pace. Last one, take a deep breath in, pull up, and then bring it back in line. Guys, we're gonna do 3 tricep presses right here. And all we're gonna do is inhale, and then exhale, take it down. 3, 2, 1, inhaling up. 2, 1, exhale, down. Inhale up. 1 more. Inhaling up. This time exhale as you go chin, chest, snake it through all the way down. Tucking, untucking your toes, making sure that all 10 toes are placed down into the mat. Hands are by your side, lifting up, baby cobra. Look down. Exhale, release. Again, pressing into those toes, lifting up, looking down, cover the hands, release. Taking your hands a little bit further back, lifting up, full cobra, inhale. Holding here, making sure those hips are close to your hands, and then lifting your kneecaps off of the mat. In one motion, pulling back for down dog. And whatever feels good here, maybe you bend one knee and then the other. Wagging the tail. Coming into a plank and then back a few times. Maybe you would make that a big roll. And then finding yourself in stillness for a moment. Pull those shoulder blades apart, pushing your chest towards your knees. Heels do not need to be down. Inhale, looking forward. forward, coming up onto the tippy toes. We're going to go ahead and step this first one to our forward folds. Generous bend in the knees, releasing the head. Maybe a wag of the tail. Maybe a nod. Yes. No. And then just centering. Bringing ourselves to a halfway lift, flat back, pulling those shoulder blades together. Chest opens. Release it down. Flat back, coming all the way up. Touching those palms together at the top. Pushing your right foot into the ground, leaning over to the left. Inhale, lift. Switch it out. Left goes down. Bringing it over to the right. Inhale, lift. And then taking it all the way back down. Inhale, halfway. We're going to take the right foot back. Drop that back knee. Untuck the toe, rising up. Inhale, hands together. And then we're going to exhale as we pull those hands behind our head and push forward into that front knee. Inhaling back up. Exhale, take your hands, tuck that back toe, pressing back to a plank. Coming up onto the tuppy toes and then taking those elbows all the way down, halfway, push up, inhale, up dog. Knees stay up this time, or you can do cobra, your choice. Exhale, down dog. Inhale up on the tippy toes, look forward, bend into those knees, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale halfway, exhale fold. All the way up, inhale. Squeeze the glutes at the top, push into your right hip, bending over towards the left, keeping your heart open. Inhale, lift up, exhale, switch sides. Inhale, lift, flat back, coming all the way down. Inhaling halfway, taking that left foot back, dropping the knee, untuck the toe, rise up, use your core to lift you up. Exhale, draw it down your back, pushing forward. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhale, surround the foot, push back, plank pose. Coming down halfway through. Upward dog. Exhaling back, down dog. A little faster here. Inhale up on the tippy toes, bending through and jumping or stepping to that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bring it all the way up. Inhale. Sway to the left. Inhale, top. Sway to the right. Inhale. Take it all the way down. Inhale, halfway. Taking that right foot back. Option to leave the knee up this time. Rise up, crescent lunge. Inhale. Draw it back. Exhale, press forward. Open up the heart. Inhale, lift. Option here to keep that foot lifted as you go to your plank. Exhaling to that dog. Down dog, push it back. Inhale up on the tippy toes, look forward, bending step, hop to your forward folds. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Right foot stays down, planted. Sway. Inhale, lift. Push the left foot in, sway to the right. Inhale, lift. Take it all the way down. Halfway. Left foot's going back this time. Knee up or down, your choice. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, draw it back. Elbows together, push forward. Inhale, lifting back up high. Exhale, surround the foot, push back. Chaturanga. Take a big deep breath here. Exhale, slide out. Listen closely. We're going to come up on the tips of our toes. Look forward. Yogi squat, step or hop. So in your yogi squat, you might have to wiggle yourself into the position of getting your tailbone down to the ground, knees straight up to the sky. You're going to bring your hands to heart and just take a moment to center, belly in. So our first option here is to just go to a crow. You can do a baby crow or a big boy crow. So your baby crow is going to be down on your forearms, chaturanga stance, knees into your armpits, leaning forward, bringing your toes up. Big boy crow, you want to stay in that yogi squat position, taking your hands for that chaturanga, making sure all the fingers are pressed in, lifting up onto the toes, bringing your knees into your armpits as close to your body as you can get. And then leaning forward, looking forward, and begin by taking one or both feet off. I like to do it all at once, bringing those big toes together, looking forward. And then you have the option to step or hop back to your chaturanga. Inhale up on the tippy toes, look forward, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale halfway, take your hands, sweep them behind, come to chair pose. So in the chair pose, we're gonna bring our hands to our heart. You should have your tailbone tucked slightly under, knees together, feet together, leaning back, getting that knee in line with your ankle. Heart is open. Toes might come up and that's quite all right. Holding it here. Lifting up your right leg. And then stepping back to that crescent lunge. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, take it back. Holding here. Try not to let that knee come back as you begin to feel it in the glutes. Bringing those thighs together. Taking your hands back up on your inhale. Look at your hands as you draw a line forward. Hold on to it and then kick off for your warrior three. One line, bringing it back all the way up. Taking your right hand down and your right foot back. Serve the plate as you take your hand to grab your foot. And then you're going to kick that foot into your hand while you're pulling your foot back. So it's simultaneously moving. Pressing that knee up. Watch your hip. Make sure it's squared, just like we practiced in the beginning. Make sure it's squared. Lifting up. And then bringing it forward into one line. Bringing it, releasing that foot, bringing your hand back in line, coming to that warrior three. Taking your hands all the way down for standing splits. Now on your standing splits, you can slightly open up your hips. It's not so dangerous here. But if you're really working on trying to get an actual split, then you want to keep your hips squared and point your toe. Option here is to step or hop to your chaturanga. And then you're going to exhale to your down dog. Inhale up on your tippy toes, look forward, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale as you place your hands coming forward into that chair pose. Hands to heart. Sink it down. Tucking that tailbone under. Opening up the heart. Lifting your left knee and pressing back. Trust yourself to drop into your crescent lunge. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, draw back. Push forward, open up. Pull those inner thighs together. Inhale, lift. Draw your line forward, push off. Warrior 3. Make sure that toe's pointed down, hips squared. Bringing it up and back in line. Taking your left hand down, serve the plate. Grabbing your foot. Kick into that hand. Pull that foot back. Reaching forward. Lifting, lifting, kicking, kicking. Slowly releasing the foot. Coming all the way down. Your standing split. So when you're in the standing split, you really want to look down at the ground, unless we're going for a bind. Plant your hands, look forward, step or hop, chaturanga. Anytime you jump into your chaturanga, you want to make sure those elbows are bent on that halfway push up. Push back, down dog. Round 2, yogi squat. Inhale, lift. Step or hop to that yogi squat. So nice. My dog is making quite a mess. All right, so we're gonna start with that funky pincha. So how it looks is a mix between the baby crow and the big boy crow. So one arm has the forearm down and the other arm goes up. So forearm down, the other arm goes up. So I'm gonna do it this way so that you can see. But it's the same concept where you're gonna bring your knees into your armpits. You're going to reach forward with your gaze, bringing your toes together. So this is technically the funky pincha. Now, if you want to advance a little bit further, you can use your core to lift you up so that you can try to get one knee off. And if you fall, it's okay. This is a really hard pose. So go ahead and try both sides. I will try the other side as well. And just take your time. If you want to pause and have a little yogi playtime before we go move on, that is totally fine. So I'm going to go ahead and go the other side. So again, just have fun with it. And then when you're done with your yogi playtime, just bring it back and let's get centered. Nice deep breaths. Taking our hands forward, coming up onto the tippy toes. We're going to either step or hop back to that chaturanga, remembering that you're bending into your elbows as you come down and back. Inhale, lift up on the tippy toes, look forward, step or hop forward, folds. Inhale, halfway. Take your hands behind, exhale to that chair pose, bringing it down, tuck under, hold. Lifting that right leg up, extending it back, coming to that crescent lunge. Inhale, lift, draw behind the neck and open up. Hold here for one breath. Inhale, lift. On the exhale, go to that warrior three. One more deep breath. Inhale, lifting back up. Right hand goes down, opens to the side to grab that foot. Immediately flex your foot and begin to kick into that hand. Lifting above, using your knee. Then if you want to make it a little extra hard, you can take your left arm back, like you're reaching, maybe even pointing the toe. Watch the hips. Slowly release, take it down, standing splits. Your option here is to stay just in those standing splits until I say chaturanga, or you can work on your, not switch kicks, but scissor kicks. When you do your kicks, you want to make sure you land directly on the leg that you started on. So lift up, back leg stays long, a little tiny push up, inhale, and exhale. Chaturanga. Back to your down dog. Inhale up on your tippy toes, look forward. Step or hop, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Sweep the hands behind, chair pose. Hands to heart. Here we go, left leg up. Step back, crescent. Lifting up on the inhale. Exhale, draw back. Inhaling back high. Exhale as you go to warrior three. 2 full breaths. Lifting up on the inhale. Left hand comes down, serve the plate. Grab the foot. Reaching, kicking. Flex if you need to for stability. Or point the toe. And lifting back with the opposite arm. Slowly releasing the foot, don't let go all the way. Come down, standing splits. Remember, you can stay here until I say chaturanga, and then you may step and hop back. Otherwise, you can bend into that front leg, keeping the back leg long. A little push-up, and you're gonna inhale on the push-up, exhale as you come down. Exhale. Chaturanga. Push back, down dog. Go ahead and come to your knees. Whew. We made it. Okay, so we have the option of doing a tripod headstand. So when you do this, you want to make sure that your hands are about this far away from your face. If you're way up here, you don't give yourself much of a base. So bringing them about right here, just about half an inch under the chin, will give you a nice base. And what you're going to do is you're going to press the floor away so that your shoulders are engaged and your triceps are there to hold you up. We're going to go for 5-10 breaths, maybe more. If you have time, you can always pause and continue on. You want to make sure that you're in the middle of your head, and you can check that by going thumb to nose, middle finger to the middle of the head. That's where you want your head down on the ground. So here we go. You want to make sure that you start out with what looks like a crow, so you feel very stable, and that you don't have too much weight into your neck. Just a tiny bit of pressure on the top of your head. And then you're just going to start by bringing one knee up. Once you feel comfortable there, you can bring the other knee up. And then you're going to slowly press all the way up. So taking your time with that, obviously you can play around with your feet. If you're quite advanced, you can take your feet out and back up, side to side, maybe a little scissor. Maybe you can make a triangle with your feet together. Just play around with it. Whatever you'd like to do is completely fine. And that is your power yoga for the day. If you'd like to do some stretches after this, my suggestions would be a, excuse me, a pigeon pose, and then maybe some shoulder stretches, behind the head kind of stretches, really lengthening out your shoulders and chest, as we did do some arm workouts. We're really getting into that glute. We did a lot of exercise work in the front area, but we also did stretching with that. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again later. Loves, bye.